So I don't deserve something for breaking the rules for you? The computation engine says no one leaves the factory till quotas are met. It says 1 bathroom break per shift. What's wrong with taking a small fee to let you ignore that bullshit?
What a humanitarian! Making a bad situation worse so you can profit off of it. And now you're bringing in hired guns to kill us for striking against it all. How can you assholes stand with that creep? Not sure I believe you on that, but at least you didn't kill any of my people. And I appreciate that.
More than they fucking deserved. You think I would have just stood there and took it if they were shooting at me? Everything was fine until this bitch started acting up. We had a smooth system going. We took care of the workers, and the workers took care of us. When I say us, I mean the factory, right? Everybody was happy.
A smooth system for getting you paid, Ludlow!
Shut your trap, Crow. All of a sudden, she starts getting the workers mad about stuff that wasn't a problem before. Breaks aren't long enough, food ain't good enough. Wants extra pay for double shifts. And when I try to tell her the gangs are coming, and if she goes on strike, she's gonna get us all killed, the crazy cow starts smashing up the place and saying that it makes the perfect time to strike. After that, the gloves were off.
That's because us workers know the only time the bosses will lift a finger to save our lives is when theirs are on the line. It started when Markham hired Ludlow and sicked him on us. All of a sudden, things that had been rights were now privileges. Privileges we had to pay for. Need to go to the bathroom? Pay Ludlow. Want to see your kids? Pay Ludlow. Have an accident on the floor and need medical attention? Pay Ludlow.
I told you, I was helping you out. Giving you a way around Markham's rules. For a small fee, of course.
Fuck off, you slime. We don't even know if they are Markham's rules. Because the one thing we couldn't pay you to do was take our grievances upstairs. No amount of money was enough to get us a face-to-face with the boss, was it?
The boss doesn't need to be bothered with your petty bullshit. Particularly when we need to be cranking out warbots and turrets to protect ourselves from the coming of the gangs. She gave me the authority to handle you.
And you abused that authority! You beat my workers half to death when we went on strike. You put Danny Chan's hand in the hydraulic press. He'll never work again! Simple. Get rid of Ludlow, let us see our families, and we get back to building the gear that'll protect us all from the gangs. We won't even bitch about having to sleep in the factory until the end of the push.
Don't listen to her. You give her an inch, she'll take a mile. It'll never end with her. Not until she runs the damn place. And if that happens, the Plains gangs will steamroll us. You can start by arresting Crow. Once she's gone, the rest of the workers will calm down. And once they do, I'll forget the whole thing. They can go back to work like nothing happened. No recriminations, no revenge. I'm not a guy to hold a grudge.
Okay, and if you believe that, I have a palace in Broadmoor Heights I want to sell you. Once I'm gone, you can bet everybody who stood with me will get the axe. One way or the other. Oh, yeah?
Oh, boy.
This man is corrupt. Arrest him.
Like hell I am. Nobody runs this place but me. Robots, kill these fucking mercs. Take it easy for a second. You want the factory to fail so bad? Crow can have it. Now what's it gonna be for me? Don't suppose I'm free to go, huh? Fuck. Guess it beats getting dead.
This is Ranger HQ Actual. Come in, Team November. Team en route, November. Ranger HQ out.
Thanks for taking out Ludlow. I don't think we would have beat him by ourselves. Now, are you gonna take our demands to Markham, or are we gonna have to do this dance all over again? Just another refugee from the Eastern Plains, you know. Farm burned, folks killed, taken by slavers. 1,000 people around here with the same story. Only difference is, I got an ornery streak in me. I fought back, killed my owners, escaped, came here. Thought things were gonna be better. And for a while, they were. Got hired at the factory, started getting paid, but then the conditions got worse. And Ludlow got hired and started stealing our wages. Suddenly, it was pretty much slavery again, and well, I wasn't gonna stand for that. Guess you know the rest. Like I said, Ludlow was the tipping point, but things were already getting weird. Markham started relying on her computation engine to make all her decisions, setting 14-hour shifts, hiring people based on these crazy tests. That's how I got hired. I mean, here's me with my history of killing former employers, and the test said I had an obedient personality. I was glad to get the job, but what the hell? Only a computer would think putting a born shit-stirrer like me in a slave pit and hiring a gaping asshole like Ludlow to watch over me was a good idea. She's smart. At least she was. Built Steeltown up from nothing. Made it a place where just about anybody could get a job and do okay. Now though, well, if she's not careful, it's gonna blow. Everybody hates her these days. Her employees, the refugees she won't hire, the families of the workers who are trapped inside. I don't know what she thinks she's doing, letting that computer make all her decisions for her, but it ain't working. Maybe somebody else needs to be in charge. All we've wanted from the beginning. But, fair warning, if she doesn't meet our demands soon, we'll bring this place to its knees. Go give her an earful.
And I'm Ellen. My daughter told me what you did for her, Rangers. I can't express how thankful I am. Though, a handful of tellurium might help communicate my feelings. Use it how— Oh, I hid. Ain't ashamed. I'm just a data processor. Was down here pulling punch cards, filling in for my pal Bishop. when it all went sideways. I only came out when things quieted down a bit ago. And who was poking around but Newt?
And I wouldn't have gotten here without you, Rangers. And I wouldn't have gotten here without... Oh, Mom. Tell them what you just told me.
Oh, sure. Being a data processor, I sometimes get the chance to process things the way I like. So now Newt's got a job on the truck line with me. We'll move her into the barracks soon. Boy, did I need that last dose Newt brought me. I was pretty ragged after hiding out during the strike. Not sure what we'll do for the next dose, but we'll figure it out together. I read you, Rangers. Thanks again.
Thanks.
Got those biometric governors for me? Great, thank you, Rangers. But before I pay you, let's make sure Ivan and BF tank their presentations. You ready to watch some failure? Fantastic. I'll get things going.
Greetings, Administrator. I will now present my project. It is titled EEG-Driven Sleep Productivity Inducer.
I'm ready.
The average admin worker spends 29.645% of each day unconscious. My EEG system reads their brainwaves during REM sleep and then stimulates feedback through minimally invasive neural electrodes. As a result, workers can collate data and execute basic clerical functions while dreaming.
Interesting. That could be extremely valuable, if it works.
To demonstrate, I will induce sleep in myself with anesthetic. Please observe the work terminal at my station.
RPF needed a second biometric governor to avoid receiving invasive feedback. She's now in a vegetative state. Disappointing.
Administrator Markham, I set out with one simple goal: change the world. And damn it, I did just that. Presenting the Worker Incentive System.
Get to it, Ivan.
Right. Yeah. As you know, we lose 3 man-weeks a day to meal breaks. What if instead, workers got their nutrition at their stations as a reward for meeting quotas? Drive 5 rivets, out pops a pellet. Weld a joint, out pops another.
Intriguing. Show me.
So you just strap on the feed bag, and when a goal is met, a little pellet is automatically dispensed for the worker to chow down on. Delicious. What? Another one? I'm not done with... Too many pellets! Stop it! Make it...
Ivan clearly needed a second biometric governor to prevent an exponentially accelerating dopamine reward feedback loop. Disappointing. What an unbelievable waste. Both projects failed, and we'll have to ramp up 2 new researchers. Enrico, get on that.
Yes, ma'am. Wow. Talk about karma. Not only did BF and Ivan's projects crap the bed, they're out of the picture entirely. I'm happy they didn't test those death traps on workers. And I'm happy a couple of cold-hearted assholes got a taste of their own medicine. So yeah, I guess happy covers it. So long.
Have you resolved the situation in the factory? This just confirms my suspicions. The computation engine highlighted Ludlow as a peacemaker and negotiator. Something's definitely gone wrong with it. So the workers are back to work? Fine, I'll talk to her. Just as soon as we start getting things out the door again. You've done good work. Let me pay you for it. But don't go anywhere. I have another job for you. Before I handed the creation of the computation engine over to Dai, it was the project of my partner Blue. Sadly, Blue and I had a little falling out over design decisions, and now he's my ex-partner. Anyhow, when he left, he stole a gizmo called the Synaptic Degausser, which is the only tool that can fix the engine without me having to redesign it from the ground up. And there's no way that's happening before the gangs get here. So get me back the Degausser, and you get another paycheck. Oh, and you better take Dai with you again. She knows what the damn thing looks like. Out in the scrapyard someplace, leading some other ex-workers of mine who've decided to get back at me for my crimes by vandalizing my factory and stealing my shipments. The refugees out there call them the Ghost Gang because no one knows where their hideout is. I call them losers. Couldn't hack real work, so now they're playing at bandits. Pathetic. Fair enough. Ask. I came here from the Motor City Combine, what folks used to call Detroit, back before it took an atomic ass-pounding during the war. Lots of craters after, lots of radiation. It had always been a tough city. It only got tougher. But it was an industrial city, too. We knew how to build, smelt, tool, mass-produce. We turned scrap into trucks, guns, freezers, you name it, and got rich selling it from the lakes to the bayous. Could have been the biggest city in the Midwest. Could have been. Greed happened. Greed and stupidity. The Buckeye Republic ordered 100 tanks and 1,000 guns from our biggest makers. All those fools could see were those pretty Buckeye bucks stacking up in their vaults. Weren't they surprised when those sod-kicking Puritans took delivery of all those tanks and guns and drove them right back up the Erie Shore to the MCC? Caught us flat. That war's still going on, I guess. I left before they got north of Flat Rock. Never looked back. What didn't I do? Started on the line in a truck plant and worked my way up to operations manager. Did every job in between, too. But what I really liked was automation and analytics. Pretty soon I got the idea to start something of my own. Walked out of that plant with Blue, who's a shit-hot engineer, and we set up a shop in the ruins. Started scavenging for old computers and robots. We just found Dai and were having her bug fix and maintenance scheduling algorithm we were prototyping when those Buckeye bastards came rolling up the Detroit River. The three of us packed a truck and headed west, looking for a buyer. Old Saul was the first to make a serious offer. Saul gave me a lump of coal. I made a diamond out of it. His empire was growing fast, but his resources were lagging. He needed more vehicles, heating systems, radios, guns, all the things that make a civilization, right? He had some old duffer down here in Pueblo making trucks for him, by hand, one every 2 months. I told him I could make him 10 a month. He fired the duffer, put me in charge, and gave me carte blanche to experiment. It was fantastic. Using computer-assisted automation, I've been able to revive forgotten manufacturing processes and deliver products nobody's seen since the deluge. Steeltown is now a crucial part of Colorado's economy, and I'm its architect. That's why I need to find out why my computation engine is malfunctioning. I'm the one who built all this, and I still couldn't keep it running without that thing's help. And that would be bad, because if Steeltown fails, Colorado fails with it. He relies on it. Without the weapons I make, the eastern gangs would have him outgunned and overrun. Without my heaters and radios and generators, he couldn't give his people the creature comforts that make them think he's a god. Of course, I rely on him too. It's a partnership. He keeps Colorado safe and attractive, and that creates a steady market for the things I make. We share a vision of Colorado rising strong, helping to rebuild the world. Like getting my Synaptic Degausser back? Sure. Good. We don't have long before the gangs get here, so sooner is better than later. The stability of Colorado is at stake, not to mention the lives of everyone here in Steeltown. Now get going.
Another shining example of the products we produce.
Hey, cats. I'm Serena Ash, your one-stop shop for deployables, pick-me-ups, and other useful sundries. You got it, cats.
Howdy, pals. Wink Tillman's the name, construction tools is the game. And I've got a few that'll make your eyes pop. Now, I can hear you asking yourselves, what would a squad of top-grade professional soldiers such as us want with construction tools? Well, let me tell you, amigos, but don't tell the boss I told you. A rivet gun isn't just for putting things together. It can also take things and people apart, as can a pneumatic gauntlet or a furnace lighter. Now, I'm not saying you should use them like that. I'm just saying you could. So, have a look at my selection and let your imaginations run wild. You bet, pals, you bet.